Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Maida. It's been a while since I've done a no makeup look, although this is going to be more of a low makeup, mainly because I'm just not trying to hide the fact that I am going to be wearing mascara and a little bit of blush, but as I said, it's still gonna be kind of like in the realm of no makeup. So if you want to hang out with me for a little bit and see my favorite products to use or my favorite types of products that I use when doing a low makeup slash no makeup, then I hope that you'll keep on watching. I moved a couple of things around, so you'll see the background is moved just a little bit. If you also notice that the autofocus is kind of going bonkers, that's probably why, because I'm just trying to figure out the best lighting situation here. But anyway, okay, so typically what I like to do in terms of skin prep whenever I'm doing like a no makeup slash low makeup, I don't tend to deviate away from my normal skincare. So I basically just moisturize, and then over top I'll put on the Phytosurgence Verdant Forcefield. It's basically become a part of my everyday kind of skincare. It keeps my skin moisturized without ever feeling greasy, and that is one of the gripes that I have with like moisturizers or even like body lotions. Like I barely wear any body lotion for the same reason, because I just don't like the feeling of stickiness, you know, feeling of my clothes kind of sticking onto my skin. You know what I'm talking about. So I've already applied that. It's been maybe like 15-20 minutes. The two products, again, don't leave my face any glowier or anything like that, which I like. I want to keep the moisture on my skin without that feeling of it looking too greasy, and without the fear of it interfering with my actual makeup. For the most part, I prefer to use a glowy kind of primer. I kind of alternate between my Auric Glow Lust, the In Beauty Face Glaze, and the Well People Bio Brightener Priming Serum. All of those three products are super glowy, really pretty on the skin, and it just depends on what mood I am. And today's mood, it's like really minimal effort, so I'm just gonna use my face glaze. You really could just wear this on its own without putting anything over top. Okay, so as you can see, there's just a little bit of radiance, a little bit of moisture to the skin. So while the face glaze sets a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. For my brows, I usually go in with a brow tint, but for today, because I want to keep using this up, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I'm gonna grab some on a spoolie and then put it on the lid. So this is a product that I was very much impressed by in the beginning, but as I've gotten to know it a little bit more, I'm not as excited. It didn't carve out a space for itself, like a necessary space for itself in my collection. I don't think I'll be repurchasing the Brow Freeze. Okay, so once my brows are kind of up and crazy looking, I wipe off the extra product from my spoolie, and then I just keep brushing it over just to really make sure that they're secure. Is really gunky, so your spoolie will definitely feel kind of gross. Next, I like to go in with my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. So I just like to go in between the gaps really lightly, and whenever I have like a super thick stroke, I just try to go over it right away with my finger, just kind of tapping it so that it doesn't set. Oh my goodness gracious, I had the weirdest dreams this morning. Oh my gosh. Do you ever have really scary dreams that you almost feel kind of scared to tell anybody about? Dude, if I shared what some of my dreams are like, I'm pretty sure I'd be committed. Okie dokes. These are my brows. I tried to do them as like feathery as possible. So from here, I like to go in with just concealer. What I tend to do is pretty much just stick to any areas where I really need concealer, and anywhere else I just leave as is, or with any leftover concealer on my brush, I just lightly cover those other areas. And also I try my best not to go over my nose with any concealer. I tend to show a bit of texture on my nose, even though I do exfoliate and such. But that's almost like a dead giveaway for me whenever I do light makeup or no makeup makeup. It's like that'll be the first area where you can tell that I'm wearing makeup. So I try to avoid it. So if you need to spot conceal, or if you prefer to spot conceal, go ahead and do it. I actually don't mind some of my little like sunspots or freckles to show through, because I don't know, I feel like it makes my skin look a lot more natural. But I am gonna go ahead and do a little extra concealing here, and that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna tap this more so than like sweeping. If you tap, I feel like it takes away a little less product from that specific area, as opposed to you like sweeping it. It's like you're taking some of it off. And then I do have just an itty bitty bit of redness, so I might just go over with anything that's left on the brush over the nose, but absolutely not adding anything to my brush. Next, I do like a little bit of warmth to my skin, so I'm gonna use the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. And I feel like this is the perfect product for low makeup because it's not super pigmented, so it's really subtle, but it does make a difference. And I just put a little bit just on the corners of my nose, but again, not adding any more. So next, for blush, I like to go in with a cream blush or with a liquid blush because of the texture that it'll leave on the skin. So for me, if I put on any powders, I basically end up looking a little, not so much cakey, but it will show that I am wearing a layer of makeup. Whereas with something like a cream blush or a liquid blush, it's really easy to blend into the skin. This is the Merit blush in the shade Beverly Hills, and I like to apply it just up here. And again, because it is such a creamy consistency, it really helps blend into the skin without it looking too made up. Every now and then I'll add just a little bit over the bridge of my nose. It just kind of depends if that's what I'm going for. And I guess I kind of do want to add it. So I want to connect it with the blush that's already on the cheeks. And now for lips, I like to keep my lips super glossy and super like juicy looking whenever I'm doing like a no makeup or low makeup. I do like to add just a little bit of color because if you can see, my lips are a little bit there's some pigmentation to my lips, so I like to go in with something that'll give them just a little bit more of rosiness, but not so heavily that you're gonna be able to see that there's something under. Just like tapping it on for me is like the best way to apply a little bit of color or tint. So this is the shade Lively from Rare Beauty. It's a really pretty shade. And then I put a little lip oil over top. This is the In Beauty lip oil. So you could totally stop here. You don't have to apply any mascara, but I happen to really like this new mascara. This is the Cabaret Premier Artistic Volume Mascara. So this is a brown mascara, and I happen to prefer brown mascaras. What I've noticed is that the actual formula is a little dry, and I actually prefer that because I feel like it just helps the lashes look even more voluminous. This is a very pokey wand, so if you don't like pokey wands, you might not like this. It just looks like I have more lashes than I do. That is basically all I do. I try not to add any highlighter because I'd rather have the rest of my makeup act as a highlight, just the dewiness, you see? And the fact that I did add the face glaze under. This is typically what I'll wear. It's sort of what makes me feel the most comfortable because I don't feel like I have to constantly check on my makeup, just like a low maintenance kind of makeup look. It makes me feel a little more put together. It makes me feel just a little cuter. So yeah, I know this was like a super basic video, but I thought I'd share it because this is honestly one of my favorite ways of wearing makeup, just like a really chill kind of application. But yeah, that is it from me. Thank you so much for hanging out and checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up as it helps my channel. And if you'd like to hang out with me in the future, don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.